we meet, and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and I think we're streaming live on YouTube. It was giving me an error message, so I hope we're streaming live on YouTube. I can see that we are streaming live on Twitch. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a 2-week reading for Pisces, Pisces sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, and we are streaming live on YouTube. Yay! Welcome, Pisces. This is a 2-week reading for all you Pisces. If you are watching us on a restream, you can fast forward through all the shuffling I'm about to do by using the timestamp right in the video description. Moderating today on Twitch is the lovely Deline, and moderating on YouTube is the lovely Heather. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you to all of you Pisces and friends of Pisces for joining us today. I'm reading with this Golden Tarot by Liz Dean, and I've already purified with this Verbena by Coswell Mozzie. You can see links to purchase those products in the video description of this very video on my YouTube channel. This goes out to a lot of Pisces, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you, just disregard it. It may not be meant for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your other signs, the general reading for all signs each and every day but Monday, and the weekly pick a card reading that comes out every Sunday. You can find all of those restreams very quickly and easily on the website, ariels-corner.com, Ariel's Corner with a hyphen, .com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. I don't read with card reversals, so don't worry about it. I'm going to flip cards right side up. It's how I like to read. And it's fabulous. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you are watching on YouTube, please make sure you, if you're watching on Twitch, make sure you follow us on Twitch. And you can watch on Twitch without ads when you subscribe to us there. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com, lots of merchandise, lots of tarot decks, but they're all affiliate links, which means that we make a small commission off of each and every sale. We appreciate your support. Another way to support us is with a donation. You can go to paypal.me/arielgatoga to give a donation, paypal.me/arielgatoga, or you could donate right on YouTube using a super stick or super chat if you're live, or a super thanks if you're on a restream. We do appreciate that support, but mostly we just appreciate that you are here with us today, Pisces. And let's just shuffle one more time for good measure, then we'll give this deck a nice clean cut and we'll see what's in the cards for you. Sorry that we got started a little bit late, but I'm glad that whatever the little issue was that we were having resolved itself so we could have this stream. Starting out, Pisces, with the 9 of Cups, followed by the Ace of Swords, and then the Queen of Swords. Yay. Okay, so, you know, the ego is very crafty and subtle. And the more we think we have things handled and that we know what we're doing and that it's us, the easier it is for the ego to get in and screw it up. Because the ego trades on that. The ego trades on well, it's traditionally called arrogance, but a lot of times we don't see it as arrogant. We just think it's, we're being ourselves or we're having self-esteem. But see, it's because we have as a rule, confusion between individuality and spiritual autonomy. You don't want to be spiritually autonomous any more than a leaf wants to be autonomous from the vine. You don't want to be spiritually autonomous because you cut yourself off, or you think you cut yourself off because you can't really do it. You cut yourself off with infinite intelligence. You cut yourself off from the vine. And so then it's all you, all by yourself, and you have to know everything, and you can't know everything. Right? But then then the ego, this Queen of Swords here, comes in and says, gives you a lot of stories about how to manage your autonomy. And usually it has to do with how bad they are or how bad you are or some kind of judgment. And the way this plays out, Pisces, here is you're doing something amazing right now. You are overcoming something and you are coming into your power in a big way. And this is a very, very important time for you. And the ego is just sitting there going, ooh, this is a great opportunity for me to see if I can't capitalize on all of the good that's going for them. I want to parlay that into them separating. I want to parlay that into them being separate from their source, because that's what the ego wants to do, is to reinforce separation. So what she likes to do is give you all kinds of little sort of temptations, I guess is a good word, to kind of lure you into having judgment against other people, lure you into having judgment against yourself, not because she's trying to help you, even though that's what it seems like in the moment, that like you're just protecting yourself or whatever. But really, the goal there is to knock you off your success, is to knock you off your freedom, which you are experiencing right now. So when we have great success in this world, when we have when we are overcoming things and we are going through periods in our life where we are really making strides, which is what's happening for you, Pisces, because of all of the amazing work you've been doing. If we're not careful, are putting ourselves in alignment with, not in alignment, that's a bad word to say. We're putting ourselves as a target to those ego thoughts to try to capitalize on that and to try to pull us away from the victory, but make us think that it's reinforcing the victory. So just be aware as you are going through your victorious time, which you deserve because you've done so well, and it's going to look so different for all of you. So we'll talk about how amazing you are in a minute, but I just wanted to get this out. While you're going through that, notice if the tone of voice internally or the stuff that you say under your breath doesn't start to turn a little nasty. And if and when that happens, all you have to do is recognize it. You don't have to do a thing to combat it. You don't have to fight against it. All you have to do is say, oh, Queen of Swords. And that's it. You don't have to interact. Please don't interact with that part of the mind. Just notice it. Just notice it. It's like knowing Rumpelstiltskin's name. Once you know Rumpelstiltskin's name, he can't have any power over you, right? So you know her name. You don't have to call her Queen of Swords. You can call her whatever you want, but just recognize her. The name of something means the nature. And recognize that's not your mind. That's not you thinking. That's not the part of you that's been victorious. That's that imposter self trying to use your victory against yourself. And you're not going to let that happen because you know better. All right, we've got this amazing Ace of Coins, Five of Swords. See, look at all the conquering. Look at it. I mean, it's just unbelievable what you're accomplishing right now. And this great Tower card. Okay, so see, what happens is part of what you're conquering is either your own cruelty, and if you're conquering your own cruelty, that's huge, because we all have some. No matter how amazing we think we are, we all have some cruelty. We all believe it's them that's cruel. They're the cruel ones, and we have all kinds of evidence to support that. And for the most part, it seems, just as far as like who's meaner than others, usually it is them that's meaner than we are, but somehow we're involved, So if you're overcoming the part of it that's in yourself, that's amazing, because most people aren't that advanced. Most people aren't at the point where they're willing to look at their own cruelty. So if that's you, amazing. But even if you are overcoming the cruelty of others towards you, that's equally amazing. But you see, she doesn't look at the Ace of Swords. She doesn't say, "I'm so grateful for my innocence. I'm so grateful for my my power. I'm so grateful for my safety. I'm so grateful for this transformation." What she is kill those suckers. Aren't they horrible? Look at them. And just constant judgment about them. When it's that, this wonderful sword that you have, this is your power, this is your victory. The more you go them, the more you go and you lose it. Right? It's not about them. It's not about them. It's about you and your connection to your soul, you and your connection to your victory. It's all about you in a very positive way. So you don't want to be allowing yourself to misunderstand by letting that Queen of Swords turn your victory into a sham. And I don't think you will. I don't think that's the road you're going on, but just acknowledging that that's there is helpful. Now, this Tower card is something that I want you to look forward to because it's her downfall. It's her downfall, not your downfall. It's the cruelty downfall. You see, she set up the cruelty for you. She set up that cruelty for you, even if you didn't. Even if you're the one that seems to be either the victim or the one that's defending the other victims, she still set it up for you to be in that combativeness with whatever this is. And you, on the other hand, it says here, have accepted your role as the victor rather than as the combator. So when you don't give her the airtime, when you acknowledge who she is when she comes up and you say Queen of Swords or whatever she is to you, and you say, I'm not doing that. This is not how we're acting. We're going to get back to our power here. We're not going to allow our ego to usurp our power. Then what happens is the structures of the ego start to tumble. And the only thing you have to do is be out of the tower when that happens. How do you do that? By not being attached to the forms of those ego structures as they come tumbling down. You see, because what happens is if you don't allow yourself to get caught up in this ego structure of the Queen of Swords, then just like any other curse, it comes back to her. And when it comes back to her, she falls. She topples. And as long as you're not kind of addicted to any of the forms that she thinks that are sacred, as she topples, you just sit back and eat popcorn and enjoy the fact that just means more prosperity for you. that means, oh, good, now we get to rebuild a nice structure instead of all of that stuff, right? So the prosperity that we're talking about here is something that's been cooking for a while. You've been having some amazing prosperity that just seems to be growing and growing and growing, but there always seems to be some sort of block to it. There's always some sort of block, and it looks like usually it's some sort of cruelty or bullying that's blocking that. It's blocking the full expression of that. And your response to that is amazing. Rather than cooking up some sort of vengeance or something against it, you just say, no. Who I am as a soul doesn't have blocks. I don't have cruelty. I don't have these problems. Therefore, I don't need to play in that playground. And so you overcome that, and by overcoming that, she says, wait a minute. You're not overcoming anything. Don't you remember how bad they are? Don't you remember how bad you are? whatever she can throw at you, right? And when you don't play, when you step aside, her own power comes back on her, and the whole thing topples, and you become even more free, and more liberated, and more prosperous, and then all this stuff really does starts to manifest. So it's an epic drama in a way, but in a good way. Because it's got a happy ending, and the happy ending is when the villain topples. The villain kills themselves. It comes back on them. That's the gist of it here. And I think you're amazing. I just can't say anything other than that. This Five of Swords is you being willing to really look at the hard stuff and not get pulled into it. You being really willing to look at the hard stuff that most people don't want to look at and not get pulled into it, and see the truth behind it and overcome it. And then when she comes in to try to double down on it, you say, I'm not playing. And then the whole thing comes tumbling down and you get back to your prosperity. That's Pisces. That's the power of you. That's that deep that deep power of understanding, spiritual understanding, that is your birthright. And I think it's amazing. All right, Pisces, I hope some of that made sense. We do have a meditation on this Tower card if you're interested. It's called of letting go of things that are worn out, I think. Tower? Something like that. It's called Letting Go of What is Worn Out. So you can listen to that. Thank you so much for spending some time today. I'll see you in a couple weeks, Pisces. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Delene and Heather. See you soon, Pisces. Blessed be.